How you doing? I don't believe I heard you say that. You remember me? Do we want to do this tonight or in the morning?
Later that evening, around the dinner table with Dad and Uncle Sid. Yeah, I really turned on the Griffith charm. Had Quimby eaten out of my hand. Well, sorta. I heard he doesn't like to look you in the eye because it makes him uncomfortable. Oh, that's Rich, a salesman that won't make eye contact. No wonder he's a manager. Let him tell it. So he chin stares me like I had food on it. So I decided to stare at that little crevice under his nose. After a while, the tension of not having eye contact came to a head when I offered him a wet nap. He had mustard on his tie. Anyway. Hey, tell Sid how you took control of the interview and gave Quimby the ultimatum. So, you held Quimby's feet to the fire, no surprise. You got 50 years of sales experience sitting at this table. He must know you come from blooded stock. Griffith's always run hot. I mean, back in '68, let him tell it. Well, there's really not much to tell. I told him that when you're a salesman, you're really selling yourself. If customers believe you have their best interest at heart, the product sells itself. Oh, so right, Jelly. Hey now, none of that powdered belly Gilly-Lex jelly nonsense. He's taken on Margaret's pet name. Twinkie? No, that was my pet name for her. She used to call him Dell, because her father, he favored him. He was a chain smoker, skinny as a rail. Didn't he have a dowager's hump on his right shoulder from cleaning chimneys? I think he had rickets as a kid. Caused his right shoulder blade to quadruple. It took 6 pair of winter socks to even out his shoulders. I'm sorry, I don't see the resemblance. He and Gil have that single eyebrow thing going on, along with those extremely long lashes. But I don't see how... Hey, look, it's a new job and a new beginning. Everything starts fresh on Monday. I want to honor Mom, make her proud. That's enough reason for me. Sure, son, that's fine with us. Hey, gonna head down to Chalmers tomorrow and pick up a couple of ties and a shirt or two. You guys want to come along? Hey, I think we'll pass. Uncle Sid, though, has a present for you. So go ahead, Sid. Well, Dell. Appearance is everything in the sales game. I've had an account with Chalmers for years, so I thought you might want an account of your own. And I talked with Raleigh Chalmers. I told him the big news. He agreed with my signature to open an account for you. And well, here's your new credit card. It's got a $500 limit. If you use it wisely and pay your bills on time in 6 months, he'll raise your credit line to $1,000. Wow. I don't know what to say. My own account. Just use it wisely. Remember, you're a Griffith. Say, Gil, if you want to shop at the Medford store sometime and have lunch, let me know. Well, how long you been working for Mr. Chalmers? Nearly 20 years. I started back when they only had 2 stores, and look at us now. The big and tall market here in the Northwest has grown exponentially. Here, the big man's king. There's something about a 52-inch waist that says, I love life. I'm in it up to my ears, bite of the apple, slice of the pie, heck, give me the whole diner. I'll make it my kingdom. And the women? They get goo-goo over the big man. Lovable like a petting rabbit, but powerful like a lion. The big man with the banana fingers and the sweet dance moves is every woman's dream. Your father, me, and now you, we're all in the club, so make it count. Look, son, the Griffiths have always run large. Big, tall, and romantic is our family crest. I heard one of them office girls put the clamps on you down at the lunchroom. Yeah, but, see, hold it. When Sid was filling up with gas, he saw restroom Ron in the toilet at the filling station. Said she was going to take you out and celebrate getting your braces off with French chocolate and pastry down at Dominic's. All I did was give her change for a quarter, that's it. Very smooth, Gilly. Oh, sorry, Mr. Griffith. As the evening wears down, Sid falls asleep on the couch and Dad is off to bed, leaving Dell alone with his thoughts. He is excited for morning to come so he can try out his new credit card at Chalmers Big and Tall. When the alarm goes off, he is already showered, shaved, and ready to make the 10-minute drive to Chalmers by way of Shirley's Donut Shop. Morning, Shirley. How you doing today? I heard the news. You finally made your dream come true. Since I was 12. The usual 2 jellies and a hot Charlie? Not today. The universe must be out of whack. It's time I expand my horizons. Planets are aligned. Give me a dozen of your best assorted, 4 jellies and a hot chocolate. Hold the whipped cream. What's gotten into you? You trying to lose some weight? For the new honey? Well, she's not actually mine yet, but we're heading down the path. I heard she already asked you out to some fancy eatery. Imagine her paying on the first date. Well, she thinks she's paying, but I have other plans. Check this out. He shows her his credit card. Wow, a Chalmers Red card. Your mom would be so proud. She always told me you'd make it one day. You know, I think I'll swing by and pay her a visit after I'm through at Chalmers. Is that where the donuts are going? Yeah. Let me add 4 deluxe on the house. Let 'em know how serious you are. I like your style, Shirley. Here's a 10. Keep the change. And Shirley, call me Dell. It's what Mom used to call me, and it's the name I'll be using on my business cards. Absolutely. I'll see you around, Mr. Griffith. As Dell enters Chalmers Big and Tall, a portly gentleman sings out from across the room. It's Randy Chalmers. There he is. There's the big man. Hey, Gil. I thought I might see you today. I hear you're working on the inside straight with that slice of high society. What? Hey, Pop, look who's here. It's Sid's nephew, Gil. Another Griffith with $1 million smile. A large man with gray hair and measuring tape around his neck appears from the back room. It's Raleigh Chalmers. I got this, Randy. Go in the back room and finish Mr. Zimmer's suit. Mr. Griffith, how are you doing today? It's a lovely morning. It's a privilege to have you in our store. Your Uncle Sid tells me you finally broke the game. Well, welcome to Chalmers Big and Tall. Thank you, Mr. Chalmers. It's an honor. I heard so much about you from my uncle. I feel like I know you. Thank you. You come from a family of salesmen. They're the lifeblood of this company. And did you know I sold your dad and his brother their first suits, not to mention the suits they were married in. And I was sorry to hear about your mom. She was a wonderful lady, always had a smile on her face. As you know, boy needs his mother. I'm sure you'll make her proud. Now, how can I be of service to you today? Well, as you know, Mr. C, I finally got the job I was hoping for. So I thought I would start out right and come to Chalmers. Get a few deluxe shirts and a couple of ties. I start on Monday, and I want to lay down a good impression. Boy, you are right as rain. The first impression is what they'll remember when they walk out that door. Now, I recommend the Gilded V wingtip. You see, Gil, you got to start from the ground up. A premium shoe carries you to a customer every day, and a man's feet dictate his disposition. Now, these wing V's are like walking on sweet clover with your bare feet. This shoe is worth $400. That's 2 weeks' pay for most guys, but worth every nickel. I only have a $500 limit, so I should... Sit down a minute. I want you to feel this. See, you look to be a size 12. He gets out a shoehorn the size of a spatula and proceeds through moans and groans to wedge the most uncomfortable shoe onto his foot. Oh, wait, that's a little tight. No, it's kind of, just hold it. Wait, ow. That looks right. Now stand up and glide around in those beautiful boats. Dell stands with difficulty and limp hobbles around in small circles. They seem to pinch. Nonsense. That's the shoe introducing itself to you. Your broken down arches are what's crying for mercy. Give it time to breathe and relax. Have you ever had a pair of real leather shoes on your feet? I don't think so. Take a seat. This leather will mold your feet over time, and once that happens, it's like rain in August or a string symphony floating out across a gentle breeze. For the big man like us, it's our secret to success. You know, there's a fine line a man will walk between work and home. I've always said, love your wife and family, like your work, be honest with your customers, and you'll never go hungry. Well, I guess they feel okay. Thanks, Mr. Chalmers. I'm going to show you the art of mixing ties and shirts with blazers. Mr. C, my mom used to call me Dell on account of her father. So, say no more. Enough. I'll call you Mr. Griffith. A salesman is only as good as his name. I'll personally change the name on the account to read Mr. Dell Griffith. Thanks, Mr. Chalmers. After learning the art of mixing and matching ties with blazers from Mr. Chalmers himself, he drove to visit his mom by way of Larry's Flowers and picked up 6 white peonies, his mother's favorite, and kneeled down beside her grave to tell her about the news. Feel like I'm telling you something you already know. I did it, Mom. Finally got that sales position at AL&F. You said it would happen one day. I've held on to that all these years. I guess I'm a people person like you. Remember telling me what would short people do without tall people, especially in a grocery store where they help the shorter people get stuff off the top shelf and smaller people who can reach down under cracks and crevices and get into places the tall people can't. And a sad person needs a funny person to show them there's a difference. I remember when other parents were always trying to get me out at Cub Scouts for messing up something. But you wouldn't let them, even when I wanted to quit. You made me stay and work through it. When other kids used to pick on me,
I could be a cold-hearted cynic.
I would hide in my room and refuse to go to school. You'd tell me, kids usually repeat what they hear from their parents, won't be able to think for themselves until they're older. You'd say learning to do bad comes much easier than learning to do good.
I don't like to hurt people's feelings.
You showed me there's a place for me. If I embrace it, then others will. And if we really care, others will care too. Because in the end, it comes down to what's on the inside and not on the outside. You showed me that, Mom.
Love is not a big
They're going to call me Dell, Mom. I know that will please you. They're starting me out in bath and accessories. I think Quinby was impressed with my product knowledge. So, Monday's the big day. Wish me luck. I hope I make you proud, Ma. Love you, and I'll see you soon. As he walks away, he looks back over his shoulder at the gravestone and pauses. He walks back and places a pristine jelly roll next to the flowers and whispers, I know you like chocolate eclairs, but I ate it on the way over. I know you won't